it's about you. I don't think
No, hold on. It is about me. It's my community. I'm the one who decides who bans people.
We have some real contention here. Let me fucking represent my point.
Stardust, how could you do that? Oh no. And it's like, okay, I'm fine with you all calling me a dumb bitch. I just want to have the same ability to call you all a bunch of dumb bitches too.
Facts.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Sneako's at his funniest when he's doing his Tate impression with the cigar. I'm not gonna lie, that's my favorite Sneako.
I do talk about deporting men too, you know, so I think that's funny too. But
Deporting men to where?
I don't know. I think men, like, I do the whole, like, men commit a disproportionate amount of violent crimes, so we should just get rid of them, blah, 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 you know, that kind of thing. So,
the thing that frustrates me about you, Lav, is that you'll come here and make some pretty good arguments against the way that the community is moderated and how we basically allow, you know, shallow sexism to persist. And then you completely throw away all of your credibility and seemingly good intentions by saying, well, I don't give a shit about disabled people. We can say retard all we want.
Because she's right, but...
All right, Rem, you've hit your note, and now it doesn't need to be said again.
Destiny, I just want to ask you one question. Earlier, you were talking about the fact that if you get a good ratio in regards to men and women in the space, that you'll be able to remove this kind of yes queen phenomenon, correct?
I didn't say remove it, but it would get better, yeah.
Okay, so my question to you is, do you not feel, maybe I'm not aware of this, but outside of like the hyper-feminist Hassan types who just cater and pander and bend over for ladies all the time, what male-oriented, not male-oriented, but just what male streamer do you know that engages in these kind of political spheres that gets a fan base that is that hits the ratio that you're describing?
None.
Okay, so I'm asking you, how do you see yourself ever creating that world?
Because I've already been a trendsetter on a lot of things. Nobody my size, my space, was able to grow a trans community before I did. I probably have more fucking trans people right now than any other fucking person on the platform. Jesus Christ. Okay? These motherfuckers are lurking everywhere. Okay? I've got so many Ilarias and all the names that trans people pick in my fucking Discord. I think like half my fucking Discord moderation staff are trans women, okay? I got a ton of them on my community, okay? I was also literally the first large streamer in 2013. You can find the article on my fucking website where I said, I'm not gonna say faggot anymore. I was the first one that did that like 5 years before Twitch made it a fucking rule. And I had a community that didn't engage in that type of language before any other large streamer did. And I think that I'm not, yeah, retard, come back in 2025, okay? I have a huge community. I have the ability to be a trendsetter, and this is one of the things that I want to trendset on, and I think I can do it. I believe in my ability to bring more women into the space. I've got a lot of women that talk to me and say like, hey, if only this would change or that would change, this would be cool or whatever. It's like, okay, cool, we can do that. I think I can change that. Okay. Yeah. I think it's possible. Okay. Yeah.
If you think you believe,
okay, so
that's dope.
I actually have a question. I have a question about this. So for instance, like we're catering to a lot of folks like Lauren Southern or to Erudite, who already have the vernacular and aptitude to be in this space and throw some elbows, take names, all that kind of stuff. But what you're talking about as a project is going to involve making the space more like hospitable to people like Lav, who might have stereotypically more like feminine traits. So, are you not going to absolutely alter the fucking debate space by making it less
Brittany Simon is the perfect.
Hold on, wait. You didn't even finish this. Wait. Jesus, fuck. Let him finish his. What did you say? Are you going to alter the debate space?
Are you not going to change the dynamic of the space because it's going to be infinitely less abrasive, which is part of what people find attractive about it in the first place?
I think that women can deal with abrasion, and it's going to be like slightly fewer women because of the general trends of like what women prefer. But right now, there are a lot of things. I used to think that like women don't like debate spaces because they probably aren't as into politics as much as men, and they probably don't like combative like conversation styles as much as men. Both of those things are true, but there's a lot of stuff that exists right now about like my space that has nothing to do with that. And so like one of the things is guys sending creepy DMs to women every single time they're in the Discord. Another thing might be like guys obsessing over women talking in voice chat every single time they're in Discord. One thing might be like people like fucking Sneako who go too hard on women to prove that they're not simps. Like that's another form of like stuff that happens. Like there's all sorts of stuff like this that I think if it's removed from my Discord, more women will show up. I don't expect it to be fucking 50-50, okay? But I don't want it to be like one woman for every 250 guys. That's the only, like, that's the dream, okay?
90-10, 80-20.
Also because like here's like another thing too, and I got this a lot when I did my canvassing stuff. When I did my canvassing and real life people showed up, every single time somebody said that, they said, oh my fucking god, how the fuck did you get so many men to show up for canvassing? Traditionally speaking, when it comes to charity and like canvassing and political work, it's like 95% women in those spaces, always. So they are politically involved in some areas, you just don't see it online as much. But I don't think it's just because it's ultra combative. I think it's because of the creepiness that like persists in these communities because they're so heavily male dominated. Sorry.
Okay. I did want to offer like other examples of other women creators in this space that I don't think, like, I think Brittany Simon is a good example. I wanted to bring her up earlier. And I do want to talk about Stardust and like Stardust dynamic, if you don't mind, Stardust. but like these are people that exhibit other tendencies other than being like hardcore, like super rigid sort of debaters or intellectuals or something like that. That seem to get along just fine and aren't criticized. You don't see like Reddit threads filled with hate for these people that are
Brittany had
Brittany
was
brutally
but-
attacked.
but-
I think Brittany
again,
was like the best
Brittany-
example of like the sexism in my community. That was an unbelievable, just unreal.
Okay, you may have a better read on this, but my perception of that was like largely tied into her like bubble system and her level system, and it was substantial.
That's what I'm talking about.
It was based
She
on
had
her
a bubble
position.
system and a level system that was people could criticize, but I'll stand by this till the day I die. 95% of the insane amount of vitriolic criticism that Brittany got revolved around the fact that she was a woman. If she was a guy, people wouldn't have cared anywhere near as much. It was unbelievable.
Okay, yeah, I guess I missed a lot of that criticism. I feel like right now Brittany Simon could join this call and it would feel natural. And it
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
feel
that's
unwelcome.
because Brittany is, for as fucking stupid as my fucking community is, Brittany is an incredibly mature person when it comes to handling herself and online stuff. When Brittany started to get hate from the community, she didn't post, she didn't argue about it. She just like chilled, saw him, she pulled back a little bit, and then she came back and everything is like generally chill because that's how internet communities go. That's kind of how you have to like buy your respect in after a while. Lauren Southern arguably did the same thing. I think they were posting like, where's Lauren at or whatever, because like when she engages with my community, she's not like on the subreddit fighting them. She's like, some of them hate me, some of them are assholes. I don't give a fuck. She moves back, she comes back, and things are generally okay. Like I think that when people engage and disengage and re-engage in this way, it's okay.
And it's also a reflection, or at the very least, I think that stuff is supported by your engagement with these creators as well. Like, you don't make it weird, the community.
True, but even like my ironic sexism jokes, like I think are play into it as much because like I make ironic sexism jokes, but I'm not sexist. But a lot of people make the jokes and they are sexist. Like when people say over and over and over and over again, like, oh, I love women on every single fucking. By the way, if you post my sub now, I permaban you for saying that now, or it's at least a 7-day ban when you say that. So any of that shit, like, oh, this person makes me love women so much, like, okay, dude, like, yeah, you get banned. And I see those comments pop up everywhere, and it's basically just another way of saying like, look at this bitch cunt, bitch cunt, bitch cunt. It's the same exact same thing. It's just like shielded now under some like weird fucking euphemism. Sorry.
Well, I think the idea is more like they want to criticize this person, but they're afraid of being called a misogynist.
No, but Dom, good. If you hold
no.
on, if you feel
That is
that way in
insane.
my community,
Lab,
if you feel that way in my community that you're afraid to criticize a woman because you're gonna get banned, then I want you right now to shut my stream off and go the fuck away forever because you're so fucking retarded. I don't want you anywhere near any of my fucking content. I
Okay,
legitimately
you don't think
fucking hate you.
that's
Stop. Plenty of people can criticize women in my community, but if you start your criticism off
I
with
know
some
they
shit
can-
like, I don't want to be called a fucking simp, so I'm gonna blah blah blah. I'm not even being sexist. Fuck you. There's plenty of people that not fuck you in particular, but there's plenty of people that criticize women. Okay.
In Supreme's defense, I actually agree with what he's saying. You are going on your anti-misogyny arc, and a lot of people are calling out misogyny when it isn't the case, like Lav, where she's actually just detestable in some situations.
Yeah, Lav is not
And so-
moderating my subreddit though. I don't care what she thinks is misogyny.
No, but I think sometimes when people are seeing these kind of situations where they would otherwise be accused of misogyny for detesting someone validly, and then they get accused of misogyny for detesting her, like a lot of people have been given the moniker of misogyny for criticizing Lav openly, and I think
Also-
that's quite
And
unfair.
she-
Wait,
had a part
who
in
for
that.
me?
She has had a part in that, yes.
Okay, hold on, wait, hold on.
I-
Just heads up. I'm the only
It is
person.
not
This is
false.
my community. Max just learned this today. This is my community. I'm the only person whose opinion matters here. Okay, so if somebody else calls you misogynistic, who the fuck cares? No one cares. Well, unless the bear does or Forethought does. But like, no, if someone else calls you misogynistic, that's fine. Who do you think I've called misogynistic that I haven't been right to call misogynistic? Do you think I've done
I
this?
think it's about you. I don't think.
I
It's
agree.
No, hold on. It is about me. It's my community. I'm the one who decides who
we
bans
have some
people.
real contention here. Let me fucking represent my point. Fuck's sake. I don't need your help, Alba. Thank you. Appreciate you. No, I think it's people worried about the fucking commentary that like your haters and like people that don't like you in your community, they'll make comments about how your community is misogynistic and they'll point to the fact that somebody criticized a woman. I don't think necessarily they're talking about
I don't
you.
care. Yeah,
Or saying that they're
okay.
afraid of you
My-
or Forethought or the
You
bear
think
or
that I
something.
love women doesn't look the exact fucking same? It's in-group signaling.
Yes, hold on.
We're
It
not
is.
trying
Hold
to
on.
soften
We know
the
that. I
blow.
already said that. Why the fuck is there a fucking echo in here? That sounds like a spoiled Jewish girl.
Because you didn't get it. Because you didn't fucking
Okay,
get it.
hold on. Listen, if I don't care ever what an outside community says about my community, fuck them all to hell. And okay, I super don't care. So if other people want to look at my community and say they're misogynistic, that's fine. 9 times out of 10,
Okay,
it's some
you're not-
creepy
I don't
lefty
think you're
dude that's trying to
understanding
rape a
what I'm
woman
saying. I'm
anyway.
sorry.
Okay, I don't give a fuck.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying when people make the like "I love women" Bing Chilling joke or
Yes.
whatever, I think they're responding to those people, not necessarily you. In a fear
No,
of you
you're
banning
okay.
them, not
I
necessarily-
understand what you're saying now. I just didn't realize how wrong you were. They're saying it as a way to say fuck women. That's what they mean when they say that. It's the joke.
No.
When a woman says something dumb, you're like, I love women. What you really want to say is this fucking woman. That's what you're saying. That's the joke. That is the joke.
No, I think they're saying this person is saying something worthy of criticism, but because there's this perception that you
Yep.
have a misogynistic space, I'm afraid to say it because, like, for fear of you know,
For
I'm not
fear of what?
necessarily
I've
afraid
never
that-
in my
but-
life banned. No one has gotten
Stop,
banned.
stop. Not that they're afraid that you're going to do something that it's going to like garner negative attention for you and your community, and that you're
And
going to
I
be,
love
be
women.
No
told
one
you're
does this.
misogynistic.
But hold on, Destiny,
Oh
Destiny,
my
Destiny,
God.
Destiny,
Never mind.
do
Forget
not-
I said anything.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Everybody forget what Supreme said. You're not going to get banned anywhere in my community for criticizing a woman.
I'm
But
not
it's not
saying they're
about
worried
that.
about being
No one is
banned.
going to say you're sexist for criticizing a woman. No
Oh
one
my
does that
God.
either.
Just never mind. Forget
Destiny,
it. You don't understand what I'm saying.
Destiny,
Forget it.
Destiny, you're not hearing him. He's trying to explain to you why he thinks a lot of people are saying it in the community, and you're saying
wrong.
my opinion
He's
is the
wrong.
only one that matters.
No,
Okay,
hold
so
on.
Lav knows and Destiny knows, but then Supreme doesn't know. How are you guys going to decide what the community's saying it for when he's trying to tell you as part of it? That's why they're saying it.
I live
I'm
and
just trying to-
breathe, Mike. I swim in the souls of
Poll them.
DGers.
Then ask them.
Okay?
Poll them.
Pull them and ask them what? Ask them if they're misogynistic? Why the fuck would I pull someone on that?
Ask them if the reason why they're
Ask them.
saying
They'll
I
all be
love
good
women.
faith.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
Abba, I'm gonna
you're
after,
that faith.
and then after that we can pull police officers if they pull over black people because they really do look suspicious. Like, why the fuck would I pull my community on that? What do you mean?
Okay, so do you not see that you're kind of doing in a way what Mr.Girl does in terms of assuming the reasons why people are doing this in your community, where you're assuming the intent that they themselves don't ascribe to themselves. You're saying, I know what you're doing it deep down inside. The reason why you're doing it deep down inside is because there's some internalized misogyny that you haven't addressed, or
No,
maybe
hold on.
there's a way for them to be. I just want you. I'm just saying, maybe give your community a bit of credit in terms of the introspection they have.
No.
Maybe some of them are okay. All right, then don't.
Okay,
Then
if
don't.
I
No,
can,
hold
if I
on.
can,
Wait,
the
hold on.
thread-
And don't say, wait, my problem with Mr. Girl isn't that you can never read anybody ever, okay? If somebody's acting a certain way, you can very easily say, like, oh yeah, like this person is probably doing this thing. I'm not saying like Mr. Girl's bad because he makes reads on people. I'm saying Mr. Girl's bad because he'll see somebody pick up a flower and go, oh my God, this person is like crying over their lost innocence, and I've just figured that out because I watched them for 2 seconds. That's my issue with Mr. Girl, okay? It's a totally different thing. When my community overwhelmingly says, I love women, and you can go through my Reddit and look, it's always, there's a post about a woman that says something stupid, and the top comment is, oh my God, I love women. This is making me love women. Do you think they're saying that because they're scared to criticize her?
No.
So,
Listen. What?
okay,
oh my
there,
God,
the
never mind.
thread that you
Never
guys talked about, the thread that
I'm
you
sorry,
guys talked
Supreme.
about,
Yeah.
where
I'm glad
where-
you understand what I was saying, Heba.
the thread that you guys talked about, where they asked a woman in this community, do you feel that this community's gotten more misogynistic? I think that thread is probably going to be the most valuable in this, because I think there's going to be, I think it's harder to kind of feel the effects of misogyny if you're not the one directly like affected by it. And I guess I would ask those
Same with
people who say, the ones who say yes, I would ask them, in what ways? In what ways are you experiencing misogyny? In what way do you think it's hostile?
I
towards
reject
you?
that notion. I reject that. I do think it is extremely important. I do not think it's necessarily more important than the other side of it. You can make the case that people feel a tremendous amount of misogyny in the community and that it needs to be heard and addressed. Absolutely. But you also need to talk to the people that you are ascribing misogyny to understand where they're coming from. And if you're not going to do that, if you're not going to take their perspective into consideration, you're essentially just saying, I already know you better than yourself, and you are being bad faith in this conversation and won't admit to the misogyny that I'm ascribing to you. How do you think that's any way to have a conversation? Do not say that your perspective or the women's perspective is more important. Say that both sides need to come to the table and have that conversation. But I
Sure.
reject the
I wasn't
notion
trying
that
to imply that. I wasn't
no, but that is
trying to-
what is
yeah.
implied when you say that.
Okay.
That's what I won't just imply that. I will say that. I can see it. I see the misogyny. I can see into the fucking matrix. I know exactly where it is. I know exactly what it looks like. I don't give a fuck if somebody's like, I wasn't being misogynist. I just said, oh my God, this person makes me love
thing
women
with
because I
racism,
genuinely was scared of
right?
criticizing them. I don't
Someone
care.
in here.
All right, bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.